Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a garden update and a garden tour, just showing you around my garden, my outside garden that is. We'll get into the indoor plants in a different video, but today is all about my little balcony garden that I have in my apartment. So yeah, if you have an apartment or a balcony and are not sure how to do a garden, here's how you do it. But yeah, I'm just going to show you the plants I have currently, my struggles, what's been helping, and all that sort of stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first of all, please check out this glorious double rainbow we had on this day. Just stunning. Isn't it amazing? We've had really weird gloomy weather in LA and that was just beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to give you a full tour of the garden, show you the plants I have, tell you why I like them, the struggles I've been having with them, the successes and all that. So I mainly have herbs and some citrus trees. I have one flower plant, and then I am trying to grow some radishes, but I want my garden to be super usable for me, so that's why I try to stick with mostly food or herbs. So first we're going to start with the Radish Chronicles, which if you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen a little bit about this, but I bought these radish seeds. I guess it's called the Easter egg blend. I just got them at Sprouts, so I picked those up, and this was a few months ago. So I planted them up in this little orange container, and basically I read all about radishes. You're supposed to put the seeds in 2 inches apart in these little rows, not too deep, and then you just cover them back up. So that is what I did, but I didn't have much success in this small of a pot. As you'll see in a minute, I only had one radish pop up, and this was it. I also let it I let it grow for way too long because I didn't know when to pick it, and look at this monster radish. It had roots growing out the bottom and out the sides, so I definitely know for this next round to pick them sooner. And somebody told me that a bigger pot would definitely be helpful, so I agreed. I went out and picked up a bigger pot, and we just tried the exact same thing with the exact same seeds, and I'm really excited to see if I get different colors, because this time I did get a lot more sprouts, so I am just doing them exactly the same. I was able to make 3 rows this time, and I did have to kind of not weed them out a little bit, but thin them out, because I got a lot of sprouts this time, which was so exciting, and they pop up so fast. It's crazy. So I just planted those, put the soil back on top, gave it a quick little water, and then I put it in an area that gets pretty much a lot of sun all day. And about a month later, this is what they look like. Maybe less than a month, to be honest, but they have the pink stems, which is so pretty. And like I said, this was after I weeded them out. Once they started coming up, I made sure to make sure that the radishes themselves would be 2 inches apart. It looks kind of busy with all the greenery on top, but follow me on Instagram if you want updates on the radishes. But I'm so excited to see when those turn out. And then next to that, I have my plumeria tree. My mother-in-law, Jaylene, or Bradley's mom, aka Bradley's mom, gave me a plumeria plant right when me and Bradley started dating. So this is almost 6 years old, and I love it. It is the easiest plant to take care of, and it took me about 2, maybe 3 years, but then I started getting blooms on it. And I have a few different shots of a few weeks and days apart of different flowers, but basically it just blooms pretty much all throughout the summer. It smells incredible, and you really don't have to water this very often. I water it once a week, and even if I forget, it's totally fine. But just these flowers, as you can see, will bloom over time, and they could be white or they could be pink, and I would just highly recommend a plumeria tree. I love them. They're just really low maintenance, and it's been 6 years and it's still doing great. I also have this little don't step on the mome rath sign that I totally love, and then I just got these mome raths. These weren't in the original footage. I just added these to my garden, but I am truly so obsessed with my Told You Would Alice in Wonderland themed garden. We put out the signs that I made for my bridal shower with the Told You Would one right in the middle panel. You kind of see as you look out, it's kind of in the middle of the garden, so sweeping from one side to the other, it's just right in the middle of those 2 little gates, and I totally love it. And then of course I have my This Way That Way sign behind the citrus trees. We will see that in a minute, but I totally love my Told You Would sign right there. So sweeping to the other side, actually, when you walk out, I do have this really cute watermelon mat, and then we have our little garden buddy, this little hedgehog. His name is Hogwarts the Hedgehog, if you cared to know. But then I have my basil and my parsley. These are my 2 most used herbs in cooking, so I like to have a big old thing of both of them. I just replanted some basil because these other 2 basil plants weren't doing so well. I'm pretty sure I have 2 different varieties of basil growing, but I'm totally fine with it because I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I love basil. I use it all the time in cooking. And then my old parsley plant flowered, which is what you're looking at right now. And a lot of you told me it's just kind of time to get a new plant because it changes the taste of it. So I did an overhaul. I took out the big ass parsley plant I had in there before, and I planted up 2 different varieties of parsley as well. So we have curly leaf parsley and then Italian flat leaf parsley, which I love them both. So I'm excited to have both growing in the garden. So far they're flourishing. They're both doing really well in the same pot. I know it's kind of like a trial and error process to see if they'll even work out in the same pot, but for right now they are, and I love that I have the option between the two. So yeah, I love those. And like I said, I use them constantly in cooking. And herbs do better when you trim them back, so I'm constantly trimming them back to use in cooking or just to have inside the house. And what I'll do is I will cut a piece and then I'll bring them inside and put them in what I like to call my Mr. Parsley and Mrs. Basil pots or vase type things. These were actually sangria bottles that a friend gave us for our wedding. We drank the sangria and I kept them, and I love them for this purpose. They just live on my counter with my fresh grown herbs inside them, and I totally love it. And I've been playing around with drying herbs as well because I would like to start making my own dried herb blends. So right now I have some of that old parsley plant that I was able to salvage, and I'm drying it, and then I had to cut back my rosemary plant, which you'll see in a minute, and that's drying as well. Then moving on to my lime tree, I got this at Costco as well. I also got my lemon tree at Costco. I got them both for $22, which is an incredible steal, and a while ago I told Bradley, if we ever come across a lime tree at Costco, we're buying it. And so we saw it, and he's like, you know what, I can't argue, we will make room on the garden. So we did, or on the garden, in the garden. So it is still in its first year. I didn't get blooms on my lemon tree until the second year, I believe. So we just potted it up in this amazing pot that we both love from IKEA. It was like $20. So hopefully, maybe next year, since I already have a citrus tree, it'll pollinate it. I'm not sure, but someday we'll have limes, and I'm really excited about that because I had great luck with my lemon tree, which is right next to it. I have a bunch of lemons still on it right now, or not anymore. I picked them, as you'll see in a second, but in this stage, I still had lemons on the tree from last year's blooms, and I'm not getting any new blooms this year, so I've been doing some research. I have a Meyer lemon tree, and this video said to prune all of the lemons off the tree to try and give it new life, and maybe it will have more new blooms. So if you are a lemon tree expert, just let me know, because for the most part the tree looks healthy. I know I have some yellow leaves, which I don't even know why. I bought some citrus fertilizer food, but just any tips would be greatly appreciated. But I did pick off all of the lemons there now, which was sad to do because I love going out there and seeing lemons, but it was time because they kind of look kind of gross. But it was also satisfying to pick off all my lemons, and I would like to make some sort of baked goods with them so that I can freeze them and keep them forever. But yeah, behind the lemon tree, like I said, have my Alice in Wonderland sign that we made for my shower. I absolutely totally loved it. A lot of you guys are asking about whether, yes, we sealed it, and I'll bring it in when it's raining. But yeah, and then to the right of that, I have some more herbs. So I have mint, rosemary, which is not doing good, and then I have dill. So I use dill probably third most to parsley and basil, and I just love having rosemary in the garden. I hate to say it, but that was not a Bonnie Organics plant, and those always die on me. But this mint plant was Bonnie Organics, and it's doing great. It smells so good. I often just pick a leaf off of it and just sniff it. And there's a lot of variety in the mint plants that you can get, but I think I have a sweet mint plant. I've also enjoyed like chocolate mint, I think it's called. It just smells really good. But yeah, I just have this kind of little, I don't even know what to call it, like a table that holds those up closer to the sun. Oh, and as I was filming, Bradley was popping out of the office window. But yeah, that about sums up my garden tour. Like I said, mainly herbs. I need to replace that rosemary plant. And yeah, I've kind of turned it into my Alice in Wonderland oasis, which I totally love. But yeah, if you guys have any tips or tricks on any of these plants, please let me know. Looking to flourish my lemon tree some more and my radishes. I'm doing pretty solid on the plumeria, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, if you just have any tips or tricks or plants you think I'd like, let me know. And like I said, I will be back later in life with a indoor plant tour, a house plant tour. So yeah, I love you guys. If you want more gardening videos, I will have the playlist up in the corner. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.